All right. Well, thank you for joining this month's August Grit Community Workshop. We have Mary Ann, who is going to be leading us in this discussion on building your brand visibility. And she is with UHY. So now I'm going to kick it to Mary Ann. And then at the end, we'll have questions and you guys can connect and meet more about who the others are on this call.
Thank you, Jen. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Ann Biancardi, and I'm so thankful that you all moved to Zoom for me this morning. It was just one of those summer days with just a lot going on. Yeah, kids are definitely home, and there's just mass chaos sometimes. So this is about building your brand visibility, which I am just very passionate about. Jen, actually, I learned a lot of how to build brand visibility from Jennifer. And I always tell everybody that my brand kind of grew and I got more exposure and visibility in St. Louis after I was an author in Owning Your Grit. It's just so important to me to share that because I just feel like that was a launching pad for everything. So a little bit about me. I'm not sure if everyone knows me. I'm just going to share this because I think it's going to be posted online eventually as well. So I'm from St. Louis. I have a large family, married to a mechanical engineer, so he doesn't understand networking. My husband, Matt, is an engineer at Thermo Fisher, and he's like, why do you have to network? What are you doing? I don't even understand what you get paid for, but it actually works. It just looks like we're out, at events and riding on golf carts and attending Cardinals games, but there's actually a lot happening, to build those relationships, and it's all part of your brand. So these are my three kids, Zoe, Claire, and Ronan. I have a German Shepherd, and I love volunteering, giving back, and to Wings of Hope and Make-A-Wish. And I do love the St. Louis Blues. As if you'll see anything on my Facebook or Instagram post, a lot of it is blues and hockey related. And so I have an art degree. I studied art at Fontbonne, went to Italy, art school in Italy. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just wanted to be this artist. And I figured out you really can't make money, just painting and drawing all day. So I knew I did have to do something else. So it kind of transitioned into a marketing role. And then I figured out the best way. So marketing's kind of sales, and the best way to get, new business and build your brand is to be more visible. So I learned that from Jen, with all, Grit and how she operated, and she would meet people, connect with them, follow up, make introductions, offer to help. And I just, kind of tied that in with marketing. And then I just never stopped, like for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. I mean, it's been going on longer, but really doing this and speaking presentations and being more visible the last 6 years. So your brand, and this is from Steve Forbes, your brand is the single most important investment that you can make in your business. And it's kind of marketing, and it's also like your personal brand. So it's like if you're a business owner or if you're representing a business, you need to put yourself out there because people don't just buy from you. They don't just buy. There's a million accounting firms out there. Why do they choose UHY? Why do they buy from me? It's because of me, the way that I operate and how I follow up, and they trust me. So your brand gives your organization identity. It makes your business more memorable. It encourages consumers to buy from you. Your brand supports your marketing and advertising, and it also brings your employees pride. So that's why it's so important to have branded polo shirts, and everybody feels like they're part of a team. And steps to take to build your brand. Oh, oops, I just went ahead. I'm sorry. Steps to take to build your brand. So we have to identify what makes your brand different. And it's, I'm just using the example of myself selling accounting services. What makes UHY stand out? A lot of times it's just how we present ourselves. It's not just the service offerings. There's a lot of great accounting firms out there, but a lot of it is our response to problems, solving problems, and the follow through. So we're available. It might take a week to get a hold of your accountant. I've had a lot of people call me on a Friday night. Oh, the dog's barking. This is not good. Say, my accountant hasn't gotten back to me. I need help. So you just have to determine what makes your brand different, determine what you want your brand to represent. And a lot of the time, we're not sure. So it almost takes, what does make UHY stand out? So you kind of have to go through a process. Um, you know, what are these pain points that our customers are seeing, and how can we address those, and what can we do differently to stand out? Start building your brand visibility and awareness. So I've got this cool graphic of this yellow pencil standing out from the gray ones. So you just want to be different in some way. And I think it's our customer service, and we have great technical accountants as well, but it's just kind of the way we present ourselves and how we take care of our customers. Brand positioning. So how is your brand positioned? You look for the market gaps, identify the competitors in the market, and what can you do better or different. And this is just like the differentiator. So I think that all of that just ties into kind of what I said before, just kind of setting yourself apart. And then the touch points and the interactions, like this is key. So you have to have, people buy from those they know, like, and trust, and you have to hit them from different angles. So to fill your pipeline or your funnel, you have to have a mix of like events and newsletters, get them on the email drip after you meet them, do your follow-up, tag them in social media. I mean, it almost seems like stalking, but like I follow them on, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, and then you're always like commenting on their post, and just, you have to be friends with people before they want to do business with you as well. Just invite them to a lot of events. We've got golf tournaments, playbird shoots. So anything that I find that the customer or that my potential target is interested in, I will start inviting them to events, and everyone appreciates that. And then they get to, go to cool things and then meet more people. And a lot of times, in St. Louis, it's such a close close-knit community, and there's 6 degrees of separation everywhere. Everyone knows someone. And if you don't break into that as an outsider, a lot of times, like if you're a transplant to St. Louis, you didn't grow up here, it's hard to break in. So it's like the community is so close, you have to have that network and those connections. And it's extremely important in construction and manufacturing. And those are the industries that I service a lot. So they all appreciate that when I bring them to events and they get to meet more people. And then you'll get more referrals. And, even if I've had so many experiences where somebody meets me and they can't use my services, or they already have a relationship with their accountant they like, but they're like, hey, we met this other landscape company, and they were asking me the other day, who should we use, or we want more connections. And then they'll introduce them to me. And then randomly, in that meeting, I'll just be helping them, asking how I can help and make connections. And they're saying, I actually am looking for a new account. So sometimes that just happens. You just never know. So all those touch points and interactions are very helpful and get you in the door. And then the top 3 ways to build your brand visibility is a powerful online presence. Of course, the website, you have to have a really strong website. You have to follow up with the social media. You just a lot of people may need your services, but they don't know what you do. So you have to be very visible, or you have to get the word out there. It's like you need a megaphone to explain what you're doing. I don't even know how many people I've ran into lately that are, they're just not even sure what I do. So I probably need to be better about that as well, because sometimes I make friends with too many people and then they're like, I thought you sold heavy equipment. What does UHY do? So there's always that too. So I was thinking I probably need to start posting more things like, does your accounting firm hear you? Or listening, because all of my things on social media, a lot of my posts revolve around events and what I'm doing, but they may not know what I'm doing. So the powerful online presence, and then, printed material and collateral. And print isn't as popular now, but a lot of times you need a graphic or something to show, what an event is about. And then at that event, you're going to need some kind of printed collateral or koozie cups or, pens and notebooks or something to brand yourself, or shirts. Like Jen sells the Grit shirts and she's got her jewelry line. So you needed something in print like that's a tangible. And then in person, of course, you've got to have events and then follow up. So you've got the three working together: the online presence, all the printed and collateral, and then you're showing up and you're handing it out, or you're following up with your branded shirt. So all of that seems to work really well together. And then, of course, join associations, which, I mean, I really believe in associations. Now this summer has been crazy. I haven't been able to get to as many meetings as I would like, but I really love what Jen's doing with Grit. I'm for my company, we are very active members of AGC, and a lot of our clients are in the AGCMO. So I do attend those meetings a lot. The Tool and Manufacturing Association. And then these are other ones I'm members of, but I don't always show up to. NAWIC and SLC3 and the Women in Manufacturing. I'm trying to get more people instead of just me attending. So I've got a lot of other accountants at UHY who I'm teaching the young ones now, like training them to kind of have more fishing lines in the water. So if I'm, going to hunt for new business, having more people there if I can't attend an event, and we just have more coverage in general. But the associations are great. They help you make introductions. If I want to meet someone on one of my leads list and I can't get in the door, I'll ask, at AGCMO, Steve or Joe, hey, do you know this construction company? And Joe's like, oh yeah, we can set up a lunch, no problem. So it's a very good way to use the benefits of the association. There's so many things that you can do, and it's more like a social gathering place, and it's just not as intimidating. It's not like, you don't feel like you're being sold to. You're just there to make friends. And then if you want to make an introduction, if you need an introduction to somebody, someone in that association will know who you are trying to meet. So that seems to work too. And then if you don't like any of the associations, or not that you don't like the associations, if you have a special niche, like Maria and I, my best friend, were trying to just target certain manufacturing groups that were not in any other manufacturing association, you can also create your own, which is what Jen did too. She created Grit because she didn't have her own community of, women that she wants to teach leadership skills to, and it's completely different from any other women's organization. So Maria and I made this other one called Made in Missouri, just like Jen did. So, and ours just focuses on going into tour manufacturing company facilities, and then we meet the owner, and then that also helps us get in the door. And you just have to be top of mind and always be in front of everyone, especially, people always have a problem, and from time to time, you're always going to have a problem, and that you want them to think of you as the person who can solve it. So, and even if you're not the solution for accounting, I've been called to solve problems for other situations because I'm very involved in the construction industry. I've had people call, do I know any trucking company that can get dry ash moved from Labadie to Nashville? So I am a solution for a lot of construction questions, and then therefore they can rely on me to get them in the front of the line at a trucking company. So when their accountant screws up, who are they going to call? They're going to call somebody that they can trust to solve a problem like a trucking issue, to also do a great job and be responsive on their accounting work. So you want the awareness to be known, the engagement to be liked, and the consistency to be trusted. And then also you have to have your group of professional friends who help you, because it doesn't work to just show up and network by yourself. And I like to have a group of great people to go with. So I'm extroverted, but also introverted. So I really don't like going into a new place where I don't know anybody. That's why I always have to, bring my friends, like Jen with, me. I'll just get a table, top 100 people, or one of Jen's events, and we all like get a table together and mix it, maybe a few of us that know each other and a few that don't, and then try to invite a couple of prospective clients. So that seems to work really well. And then everyone can introduce each other and, help each other. And then that works where you have like your, I don't know, like a rat pack or some group that you run with all the time, but just like a close group of professional friends that don't compete for the services, but you can also network really well together. So that's kind of all I had. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
That was wonderful. I really enjoyed the presentation. I thought there was lots of great nuggets. Um, and yeah, unmute if you have any questions or if you have any feedback in regards to ways that you've helped build your brand exposure.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marianne. That was really great. I love all your nuggets. I 100% agree with it. Your content looks really great too. I love it.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Lauren. I was just thinking and I really wasn't fully prepared for today, which I should have been, but this summer has been very difficult. So I'm glad you liked it, even with my lack of preparedness.
Well, it's working for you then if you're ready at a last minute, right? Which is what it's all about. So my question would be, I know this is an ongoing effort, right? And so sometimes that's what I struggle with is I'll overload myself too much and then I have to take that personal time to recover and then I'm back at it. So do you have any advice of how to keep that consistent for people that are in the go, 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 right?
Well, so that's what Jen and I were just talking about. We do have to do more self-care because
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing. The way to recharge is just, I was actually going to see if I could take a day or two off as soon as the kids go back in school and literally just hang out with Jen all day or just get our nails done or something, because that's the only way, or call a friend. Like sometimes I get so overwhelmed and stressed. So just to hear like a friend's voice or even my mom, it's like calming. And then you can kind of talk through your problems and then you can get back to work because it is a lot, especially balancing the kids. Like, I mean, I'm just going to be completely transparent. Like our sewer backed up. We have the dishwasher broken this week. So I'm just like in the middle of a million things. And Claire needs rides to cheer every day. Zoe's got therapy. It's like 1,000 things. And when you throw in anything unexpected, it's just like, what? So Lauren, I really appreciate that it looks like I'm all put together, but I'm really not. So I feel like maybe we could take some advice from you. It is a lot. And I do think just pulling back, which I've said no. I will actually say the power of no is strong. And somebody told me that 10 years ago. And I was like, I'm fine. Why would I ever say no to anything? And now lately it's like, okay, the larger my network gets, the more people I meet, I absolutely have to say no. So what I've been saying is, I meet 20 new people every day, at least. They want to have coffee or lunch. Well, instead of the coffee or the lunch, which takes a huge chunk, and I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, I love meeting people. I don't want to be that person that I'm too busy for you. I can't meet with you. I don't want to be that person that's completely against everything I believe in. So I want to bring them to an event with me. I want to talk to them, but also they can meet more people in my group. And then we can see if, from the conversation in person at that event for 10 minutes, is this going to, be something that's going to develop into a longer coffee? Will they be a good referral partner? Should we do something? Was there a great energy and synergy? And I feel like networking is almost like planting seeds. So and I took this from one of my other friends, Eli. She said, like, an analogy is like planting seeds. You don't know if some are going to grow into flowers and be great clients and great referral partners, or if some things are going to just never grow. The seeds will never grow, or they'll just be weeds. So I loved that. I was like, it's so true. So you just kind of, instead of agreeing to everything, which I used to do and just wear myself thin, now I'm trying to pick and choose more or bring people to events to have a few gaps in the schedule, because otherwise you will burn out.
Thank you. And it looks like there was a question in the chat by Cherry. It says, could you please share more on how to internationally multiply client referrals? Intentionally, I'm sorry, I did the
I was
dyslexia
like,
thing.
internationally, oh my gosh.
I did
Okay.
the dyslexia thing.
Oh gosh. Okay. So wait, what was the question? Intentionally multiply referrals. Okay. Um, oh, well, that's okay. So there's a couple different, or let's see. So referrals, like referral partners, or I'm trying to think here. So I do want a lot of referrals. My clients can refer people to me. I've got, well, so accounting, the way that accounting works is there's no fast sale. It's a long sales cycle. It takes maybe 18 months minimum to get somebody to switch over because they've already got their taxes laid out, for this year, and maybe we'll switch next year. There's a lot of people I meet that will bring, if they're a great client, they've signed up as a client, they want to refer more clients. They're like, you guys are doing a great job. I want to refer people to you. You need to meet so-and-so, but they don't say it's for the purpose of the accounting. They just say, I want you to meet this person and maybe eventually the business will come. They might be in the market, but maybe not now. So it's just for me, it's just being in proximity to owners. I can't really figure out a quick way, depending on what Cherry's selling. I don't know how fast the sales cycle is. I'm not sure. Do we know what she's selling?
Wealth management. She's
Oh, wealth manager. Okay, so she's kind of like me. Okay, so yeah, I would just say go to more events and find really good referral partners because some people understand networking and some people don't. And Jen and I have talked about this for years. There's some givers and there's some takers. So you want to be with the group of givers. And I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of like just, I mean, she can come to an event with us. Like what I would say the best way is just to come to an event with us. Like there's thousands. I could send you my list of events and we could pick. Now I do have to learn to say no to some of these things, but ones I'm already going to, like there's a Marsh McLennan event at Rung, and somebody just sent me an invite on that. So it's like gender equity or something. So if we went to a few of these events and I know people, I can introduce people to her. Jen can introduce people. I'm just trying to think of, we need to know her target market, like who it is. She needs to go to those places and find like really good referral partners.
And she just joined as a great community member too, and she's attended
Okay.
one of our luncheons in the past too. So
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, so
I think that's
maybe
a great way to get her involved and have her meet
okay.
with the community
So maybe
members.
I need to just go to when's the next lunch?
Actually this month is going to be pretty incredible because it's an entrepreneurship panel and it has several entrepreneurs in the grit community that are featured. And I have actually two sponsors. It's on the 28th. 28th at the Pear Lodge.
Okay, good. Okay, so I can actually go to that. So I can meet Cherry at that one. I have that on my calendar and nothing else has popped up and I'm saying no to other things.
Cool.
So as long as nothing, I'm just going to have to make sure that I go. And then I can talk to Cherry and we can figure out more about who she's looking to meet. And maybe I know some people like my friend Jeff Stark is a really good referral partner. Jen's a great referral partner. I mean, we figured out over the years that some people don't understand networking. Like you can give them a lot of leads and introductions and they never reciprocate. So you could try that a few times, but if you're not getting anything back, just move on and find new people, I think that's the best way. And Grit is a great community. You'll probably get a lot of referrals from Grit if you just show up every month. So that's part of it is just showing up, being present, staying, being involved every month in that organization. And just the more people you meet, you're going to get more referrals.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marianne. I think this content was really helpful and beneficial, and I'm going to actually put it on our great YouTube station as well. And it looks like Cherry is going to be able to join on the 28th at the luncheon, so you'll be able to meet her there in person. I'll make sure you two connect. So thank you, Lauren, for being here today. Great question too. And I know Brandy's assistant was on the call, so just thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing whoever I get to see at the end of this month.
Thank you.
Great. Bye.
Bye. Good to see you.